you sexy demons? How is everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all is good with y'all. How you doing, Ipsco, as well as Jackie? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, unfortunately, I've had some very, I just don't know what to call it, but my internet has been kind of all over the place. So, yeah, it's a bit annoying because, yeah, I just finished the coaching session. A few minutes ago, and I couldn't really get on ACC servers. My YouTube's lagging. Pretty much everything is beyond comprehension of just straight super lag. So I'm first of all surprised that the stream even started. So it's weird because some things end up working quite well and some don't. So I wanted to do an ACC race, but then I want to do the 12 o'clock Donington race. I don't even know if the Donington race had enough individuals participating, but yeah, there's a lot of internet related things, from connecting to LFM, connecting to ACC servers, a lot of things that just struggle to load and really struggle. I'm surprised as well, first of all, that the stream struggled, and the stream actually started, and then not only that the YouTube, some of the YouTube videos I have loaded are actually committing, but look at this. It's literally just loading and loading and loading. How you doing, Aldrin? Welcome in. Yeah, so I'm quite surprised that everything is still running, per se. I'm going to see if we can disconnect from this, because I have a strong feeling that I won't still be able to connect to the internet. I'm just going to withdraw from that. Let me see. Was this even enough people to participate? And in general, the ACC races have been quite low in terms of participation. So yeah. Well, how you doing, Fleming? I don't think there'll be marbles. And yesterday I wanted to do the LFM Pro Series race at Kyalami, but then my sister had a bit of a headache because she recently had an operation, and then at the same time I was like, do I stream? Do I not stream? And then I was like, 50-50 about it. And then I also thought about the fact that I only had 4 people, so it didn't make any sense to do it anyway. Also thought about the fact that in most cases, I don't like it personally when I was competing in the championship. Not that anyone should really care if you're not getting the prizes and stuff, but when someone comes into the track that's quite fast, that hasn't been competing in the championship, and takes away potential points, if that makes sense. Not to say that I would have been top 5 or even potentially top 10, but maybe there are some people that are wanting to have their best LFM result, and then I come there. You just think about it like that. So when I was doing LFM this last season or the season before, I was really focused on trying to get top 10 overall in Split 1, which was my goal. And I was getting very frustrated with people that are specifically good at a particular track, like Kyalami or your Monsters, or having cars that are really underbopped at particular tracks and then coming in. So I kind of felt the same way. I think I'm still going to commit to Bathurst, because Bathurst I really enjoy, and kind of just like YOLOing. But yeah, I'll see what happens. Anything, Mal? Welcome in. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Yes, I have. I did the full reset. So sometimes with CPE, what I end up doing is I turn the plug for the router off. I take the cable out of the router. I take the cable out the CPE. I then wait, give it a couple of minutes. I plug the CPE back in so it can configure and try and acquire the correct IP without utilizing the router. Then plug the router back in once it's acquired the right IP. And then in most cases, all of the time, pretty much, that kind of works. But I don't know. It's just super slow. It's like, I feel it's almost as if I've went from like a 1 gig line to a 3 meg or 2 meg or something like that in most cases, which is why I'm surprised in some cases, like the stream is still running, not really any packet loss there. Yeah, I'm quite surprised by that. So yeah, lots of people are doing LMU, a couple of people are doing AMS, but yeah, everyone's having a good time overall. I think we need to try LMU again. I mean, I don't even know if I can connect to the servers. We can maybe try it again now, but yeah. In the army, we either get kicked We either kicked it or hit it with a hammer. Works well. Exactly, Snoopy. How you doing? And also Mal, welcome. And Doba, hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're going to be looking at a couple of things today. I want to discuss and review the forward lap because I see a lot of people discussing online the forward lap, the Ford GTD lap, in a lot of good senses, but also in a lot of bad senses. And I just wanted to give like my opinion on it. How you doing, G-Max? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I really enjoyed the game overall, but the GT3s, I just couldn't get everything as well as I wanted. Maybe I just need a reset, or maybe I just need to like think of it differently. I don't know. There's something about it that wasn't that great for me, but yeah. So we'll start off with, for those of you that haven't seen the AC Evo reveal with the huge map, there is quite a couple of details that they discussed but haven't really fully enclosed, like literally as you can see there with Jibby's title, 1600 square kilometer, which is a massive map, incredibly massive map. But I think also they haven't discussed the fact that in Forza, if you compare Forza map size versus AC Evo map size, I think Forza you can drive everywhere. Well, Forza you can pretty much drive everywhere all the time, anywhere. Whereas I don't think that 1600 kilometers will just be, you can drive anywhere. I'm sure it's just based on roads. They're only going to track and map and code certain roads. So yeah, let's watch it again, if for those of you that haven't watched it first time.
Lots of speculation, hints and teasers about potential open world for the upcoming Assetto Corsa Evo. And today it's time to take a look whether some of them are true and whether they are going to live up to expectations.
I'm looking forward to all the weather stuff in AC Evo. Like having some snow races, like set up in a community sense.
An open world that is a near identical copy of the Eifel region surrounding the Green Hell. 1600 square kilometers have been LiDAR scanned to be replicated in the game through
the way he said laser was weird.
Technology developed by Kunos. With an unmatched level of detail. I wonder, are they going to replicate the realistic traffic jams to the track entrance during the high season? Now, traffic jams are cool and all, but I can think of a couple of more exciting
spots meant laser.
With your friends.
Oh, this is where my internet shitting. Yeah, this is where my internet shitting. Okay.
Exciting spot.
So we pause it again. We let it buffer. We let it buffer. And then we go from there. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. With a 1600 square kilometer, I think it's just going to be based, because I saw some Forza people get quite annoyed by it, saying, yeah, AC Evo's got this massive map, Forza doesn't have a crazy big map, blah, 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 blah. But I think the main thing is, with AC Evo, we'll obviously wait until more details drop, but I think it is going to be just based on actual road driving. And then you don't have to, like, I think, like, code and everything all, like the dirt, the trees, all of those other things, nearly as much in terms of the contact physics of trees and all sorts of other various things that you would have in Forza, because you're not really going to do off-road driving, as far as I could tell. I think it would literally just be kind of like an AC, like even AC, modded AC, where you drive the highways, but in this sense, you're just going to have pretty much majority, a large portion of Germany, where you just have this massive, massive, massive map that you can drive around, which I think is going to be quite cool. It's going to be quite nice. As I said, the thing I'm looking forward to, because the quality of everyone that played the Assetto Corsa Evo beta at the event, the quality of everything looks really exceptionally good. I'm really looking forward to also the different things where we can do with the climates. So like having community events and having a snow Nordschleife as an example. Because I think that's always cool, having crazy tandems throughout all of the nighttime sections at Nords, or in The surrounding areas will be quite cool. Driving Nords itself in snowing conditions. Kind of almost having that like Project Cars 2 kind of vibe where you could set that time progression and day progression where you can have that. And then also sort of similar in Assetto Corsa
Where you can
where it was
gather with your
modded.
friends
So
and
that's going to be
cars
quite cool, I
and
think.
enjoy the Nürburgring atmosphere in better weather conditions. And just like in the real world, you'll be able to interact with local businesses and, for example, rent track cars for the Nürburgring.
Oh, and then it's shitting again. You see, this is what I'm saying with my internet. It is shitting, so it only loads a certain portion. So let's go back again. AC Mountain driving. If you drive off road DT. Yeah, I think the force feedback, I think we're quite used to ACC as a whole having a lot more, I wouldn't say numb force feedback, but it's a lot softer overall. A lot softer overall than games like AMS, like LMU, etc., etc. We actually change all of these to 720. Change all of them to 720. Yeah, so I think the force feedback in LMU, as an example, is a lot better. I think AMS force feedback is also a lot better than ACC. It's a lot more detailed, a lot more feeling. I think it's just like kind of like what Boothby said. It's that once you actually start turning, and like what Nil said, once you actually start turning, it's that like kind of like sensation of what's actually happening in the wheel where it doesn't feel as nice. Where ACC gets that really, really well. But in terms of the broad feeling of the wheel, I think the other games are a little bit better. Yeah. Do this again.
If you wish to have your company's facility portrayed in Assetto Corsa Evo, scan this QR code and fill in your company details. Rental car companies are a fundamental link in the Nürburgring ecosystem, but so are various car workshops. How big of a wing you can put on your car, and whether it can support aftermarket DRS functionality. You'll be able to unlock all kinds of different upgrades for your own car by competing in various challenges in the open world of Evo. Imagine a scenario where you want to have an upgrade for...
And it's shitting again. Dude, my internet is all over the place. I'm surprised, as I said, the packet loss and the stream is still able to run. But yeah, I think the game overall, considering we're not that far away from it, we're pretty much almost just outside a month away from it, is going to be really, really exciting. So yeah, I think the game overall will be really, really good. The competitions and stuff that will come from it. I'm interested as well in like the esporty side of it, like how all the competitions and everything. No, Delta, but it seems like it. It seems like it at this point. With the issues I'm having. Welcome in, Delta. Yeah, I think the game's gonna be quite good. I don't think it's gonna have too. There will be obviously, naturally, like with any game, bugs and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. LFM day one, no fiber. Yeah, it's weird. Literally, I don't know what's going on with my internet. It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't know. I think I need to call the providers and tell them, hey, reset the shit or something, because yeah, I don't know.
For your car, but you have not enough in-game credits. Maybe an owner of a business will be able to offer you a discount or maybe even a free product if you're gonna bring him a tiramisu from Ventisette.
Bring him a tiramisu. Dude. Out of curiosity, with what he just said, is there anyone in chat that actually likes a tiramisu? Like the dessert? Because me, tiramisu ain't it. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, I don't like it. Every so often. My girlfriend likes it for some reason as well, but I'm just like, nah, it ain't. I think, Eric, tiramisu is great. Okay, so pretty much it's me and Ipsco against everyone. Me, Ipsco, and Aldrin against everyone. You don't like desserts at all? What do you like then, Andalta? Well, I don't drink alcohol, Jackie. don't like desserts at all. I'm trying to think, yeah. Desserts as a whole, that's a bit broad. Surely you like something. It can't be everything that you're avoiding.
We hope that the developers will come up with this tiramisu time trial, on closed roads only, of course, in various weather conditions and different times of the day.
Crazy. What does alcohol have to do with tiramisu? They don't have anything to do with each other. What do you mean? A dessert and alcohol. How does that even like closely like match? There's no alcohol in it at all. So how is it related to each other? I'd understand if it was something else, but yeah. Sometimes they're putting rum in tiramisu. Okay, that might be European tiramisu because we don't have rum or alcohol in our tiramisu. Ah, okay. Ah, okay. That might be just European stuff, to be honest. Tiramisu recipe. No, there's no mention of any alcohol here whatsoever. I think the Europeans are just adding alcohol because they're bored. And they love alcohol. 30 minutes. Yeah, there's no alcohol here whatsoever. So you guys are just adding alcohol because fuck it, why not? Literally.
If you think that all of this is impressive, stay tuned. Assetto Corsa Evo guys are going to disclose a lot more in the coming months. All I can tell you is Assetto Corsa Evo is going to be a game changer.
It's going to be a game changer indeed. Let's go. Okay, boys, what do we watch first? Did we watch a Porsche Carrera GT lap done by Sport Auto? Or I don't think this car originally came out with this Cup 2 at all. So I think they put a Cup 2 on it and then they decided to actually drive it for a hot lap. Or do we watch the Ford lap? Yeah, I know. I'm just discussing it. Because I think, personally, even though the lap time is quite good from the car, I don't think the car overall is that good. Like as people claim it to be. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, irrespective of it not being in top 10 overall, it's literally like what the car is and what it's supposed to be able to do, and then the hidden stuff that I don't think people saw. So while we're speaking of it, let's look at this. So let's watch the lap review. And we'll pause it at certain points. The year is quite interesting. This is where I think a lot of people did not see. Professional driver with special safety equipment, closed course, do not attempt reproduction, GTD, shown actual production vehicle may vary. You might not even get this exact thing. Projected availability, late 2024, early 2025. Very limited availability. Inquiry only goes, not guaranteed ability on purchase. Then the next thing, I think, a lot of people didn't pay attention to either. The warranty of the car. The warranty shall be voided if the Ford vehicle is used or driven in a competitive event with simultaneous multi-vehicle participation, racing including or racetrack. They will void your warranty if you take this bad boy to a track day. It's supposed to be a road car based on a race car. And if you take it to a track day, they void your warranty. What is then the point of the car? Please tell me what the point is. If you're having a road-going race car, that if you take to a racetrack and participate with it, they will void your warranty. Please, please, please tell me what the point of that is. Because I don't get it. Yeah, it depends. The problem with that, they didn't really specify it too much, Dorber. But who knows? A track day, yes. I don't see it as a competitive event thing either. But who knows? Maybe they see it as a competitive event with multiple different cars, and you're going there to try and drive competitive lap times. It depends on how they properly specify it. But yeah, it's still like, why? What's the point? Yeah, he oversent that a bit. Minimum speed wasn't great throughout the whole corner. I mean, think any car that has also insurance. Think any car has that. I mean, if you get track day insurance, then perfectly fine. But if you have insurance and you don't take out track insurance, it's all down to you. If you screw up or you get crashed or whatever the case may be, and you don't have track day insurance specifically, then it's GG's. That's your problem. So my thing with this car that like confuses the hell out of me, compared to other cars with 800 horsepower, 800 horsepower, this thing has a shitload of power. But a lot of the places where you're supposed to see the lap time come out with its straight line speed, it's being held back quite a lot by the amount of downforce the car has. And it's obviously very evident down the back straight that the car really, really struggles up the hill in comparison to other 800 horsepower cars. But it's very weird because the middle fast section that we'll eventually get to, that I'll show you guys, it's very weird. It's like the car doesn't really, like, it has a lot of downforce for the 800 horsepower trying to slow the car down the straights, but supposed to help it in the corners. But the car doesn't seem that good through the corners. Zulshi, thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate you, Amy. Thank you. Welcome in, Zushi. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Yeah, so this is like some of the corners you just like, you don't really get it. Like it makes all this power, makes a decent noise, has all this downforce. And then some of the corners you're just like, why? Why is it so slow through there? Alright, now my internet's shitting again. Okay, we'll pause the lap so far there. So we've seen a decent portion of that lap. It's unfortunate that we can't really bring up. As I said, my internet is struggling quite a large portion. Okay, just continued going for some reason. Yeah, so it's unfortunate that we can't do with, if my internet was a bit better, we can't do like a side-by-side comparison with something else. Oh, it was Rusty. Rusty, thank you so much, Amy. Sorry, unfortunately, my weird chat box widget for Streamlabs doesn't really show. It just shows Zulshi for the subscription. Thank you so much, Rusty. Long time no see. I mean, how's it been with you? Thank you so much, Rusty. Apologies about that. That's the thing I hate about the Streamlabs chat. I don't know why it doesn't show who gifted. It doesn't show that at all. So thank you so much, Rusty. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, unfortunately, I misread that completely. Yeah, let's see. It's loaded a bit more. Let's just see. Maybe I need to drop the quality even lower, to be honest. Yeah, I think I need to. Let's do a 480. Dude, I can't believe I'm having to resort to like 480 quality just to be able to watch something. It's so bad. But I suppose all the important stuff and everything we still need to see is kind of shown, so that's fine. And it was interesting, I saw a lot of people commenting over the lap as a whole and saying, yeah, the driver wasn't 100% committed, it wasn't a 10/10 lap, there's so much more time and whatnot. But realistically, considering we obviously drive in the sim and we can get thousands, if not thousands and thousands and thousands of hours and laps at actually attempting a perfect lap, is any lap truly 100% godly magical? I don't think so. I mean, even though there are laps like even Kevin Estra's lap. Kevin Estra's one of the best GT3 drivers and one of the best Nordschleife drivers, but there's still parts in his lap that you'll say, okay, he slightly overcooked that, or he made a slight mistake over there. And that's the beauty of the Nordschleife as a whole, and also the nature of the track. It's massive risk versus massive reward in terms of the lap as a whole, but then also you never really, not just on smaller tracks, but you never really, the perfect lap doesn't really exist. And on this track, the perfect lap really doesn't exist. So, yeah. Every single driver is still innocent in the fact that literally. They're still sending it to the point that they trying to get the max out of the car, but they're not sending it to bin it, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I completely agree with that, Gorilla. Welcome in. And also, Travis, hope you're doing well. They're still trying to give the manufacturer the best representation of what their car can do. And then people will still say, this or that or whatever, where they'll not even be able to get close to 20, 30 seconds off the driver IRL in the same car. But, yeah. Like you can see, it's weird with this car. It's very, very, very strange. Like in the low speed stuff, it's actually pretty decent. But it seems in the medium-ish to high speed corners, this thing is just garbage. Like where all the downforce is supposed to help it, because it's killing it down the straights. It's weird because anything medium to high speed, the car just sucks. And I don't know why. I don't know what they did with the car, but this thing just sucks in the medium to high speed. Yeah, the speed this thing gets down the straight is atrocious. There, the minimum speed of this car in this corner is atrociously bad. Having to giga lift there in that high speed corners. It doesn't make any sense why the car's just so dog shit through anything medium to high speed. I know it doesn't have the perp like that, but if you're comparing it to like even a normal Porsche GT3 or a GT3 RS or anything in and around the same lap times, it isn't its minimum speed and its stability and ability through the corner doesn't look anything like it's what the car is pretty much built for, which is very weird and it doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, I'm not expecting this thing to be like a proper GT3 car, but that's what it's supposed to be relatively based on, with the fact of what the car is, the fact that it's got a stabilizing bar in the back here with pretty much roll cage sort of set with racing seats, carbon fiber seats, etc, etc, etc. It has a lot with a really good tire, a shit ton of downforce, lots of power, etc, etc. Yeah, it isn't great at all. It isn't great out there. If you're comparing it to other cars, it isn't great. Yeah, Delta. Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, that is 100% facts. Apparently the track was drying too, so but you see, even that scenario, like I compare it to, I think it was the Black Series. Obviously the Black Series is way crazier than this car because it's actually, its downforce and everything that it is supposed to be doing actually seemingly works. And if you compare this drying track, it looks nowhere nearly as bad as what the AMG GTR Black Series, AMG GT Black Series lap looked like. AMG GT Black Series was a dark day, and you can actually see down this whole back section over here, you can genuinely see the road being completely like damp, full on damp. And then when they tried the lap again, they went 7 seconds faster. So yeah, when people were saying, yeah, the track was drying and da-da-da-da-da, or other stuff, it looks nowhere near as bad. So that I'm actually just going to show you. Look at what you guys just saw now. Obviously, it's just to say AMG GT Black Series Nürburgring. Let me look at the one that it did a... was it this one? Was it the... yeah, it was this one. Look at this lap for comparison. Shit, the quality... obviously, I need to pump this bad boy up. Let's actually go 720 for a second so you guys can see how the road looks like. And they want a stupid amount of money for it. This is what a damn track actually looks like. Like, look at the road. This car has a stupidly crazy road tire. That's the most, at the time, the most aggressive road tire that's the closest to a slick or a semi-slick that you can pretty much get. This is a full-on damn track. And if you look at this back section of here, I'll wait for it to just pause and load. And that's the biggest thing. One day, I'll be on your subscriptions list on YouTube. What do you mean, Travis? Yeah, this car also has 800 horsepower, but I'm saying here's the difference in terms of them claiming damp track versus the other one damp track. So they both have 800 horsepower. The only difference is this thing's downforce and the aero's actually working. Seemingly. I'm just comparing damp versus damp. I don't know, Marvin. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, the internet is absolutely garbage. Let me go back here. 480. Also, Sheldon, welcome in. Like, here you can actually see... you can actually see damp track and him having to lift on a surface that's completely flat. So even though he had to lift and wait for majority of that corner, he still reached the same top speed that the Mustang did. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Because the stream doesn't seem to be buffering or loading. Everything else is shitting the bed. I don't know why. I see what you mean, Travis. I see what you mean. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Dirk Muller's a very good driver, so yeah. I don't know what it is with this Ford thing. It's just a donkey. Maybe that's kind of why they want to void anyone's ability to go to a track day or some form of competitive event, because they know their car, especially in that early statement where they spoke about that this car won't be necessarily the same as the car that everyone else is getting. And then that's why they might void people's warranty for the car. That might be a case because they know that the car isn't as good as maybe what they're showing you. So yeah. Mustang, end of the day, wasn't built with Nords in mind. Yeah, I suppose that's also true. But, it is also based on the race car. So, all I'm saying, maybe it wasn't built with Nords in mind at the time, but it was built based on the race car, so it was built to go around a track. So, yeah. In all of this whole section, like the first in ACC standard, the first sector was quite good. I'll actually say the first sector was quite good. Second sector towards the end wasn't great. This third sector is absolutely shite. Like, this thing is ass in the third sector. I don't know why it's so bad, though. Yeah, it's a very massive price tag for what the car's ability actually is. If you polish a third, you still got a third. Yeah, the front end, the car just doesn't look that good. It's almost like the IRL fucking Ford. Literally, it's just like in ACC, it's just not getting the car in. It is having to be patient a lot of the time. And the car just looks... something's not right. The front end of the car, the chassis, downforce not working. I don't know. Yeah, the car just looks terrible through this section. Like, if you had to show people the first sector, you'd be like, yeah, this thing's an absolute beast. Second sector, as long as you don't show that far section, like, okay, it's pretty good. Third section, you're like, ugh. And if you think about certain normal track days, where there are medium to fast corners, oh shit, dude, it will absolutely struggle. Having to lift so much through all of that. If you got sort of money and wanted to run faster, yeah, literally. I agree. Okay, internet struggling again. Yeah, it's literally that whole third sector that it just shits the bed. And then from there you see with the straight that's going to come up now, it's literally just stupidly slow down the entire straight. Slow, I say, as a relative term compared to other 800 horsepower cars. Because if you look at like a 296, that's an 800 and something horsepower car. I think a 296 gets like 310 to 320 up the next hill. Because obviously it doesn't have nearly as much downforce. And literally just flies down the straight. Whereas this thing is getting like struggling up the hill. Which we'll obviously see in a few seconds. So watch, yeah. Going to wait quite a bit for the car to settle. Then this was weird. He went to the right-hand side immediately, which is very weird. I've never seen someone go to the right-hand side. I don't know if that was just where there was less water and he was just assuming that it was better. But look here, it shifts to 6th. And then it just struggles. And it literally just struggles up this entire hill. It's got a literal door for a wing compared to... Oh, yes. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, compared to other cars. But I'm saying, like, even up this hill... If you look at like a Porsche 992 GT3 RS that has 900 kilograms of downforce, it has way more downforce in this car and 300 less horsepower, yet the speed is relatively close up this hill with the GT3 RS compared to this Ford. And then towards the latter stages of it, it obviously then rips away from it again. But it's just like unbelievable how much this thing is suffocating up the hill. It's just dying. Whereas the GT3 RS has a lot less power and it still ends up doing a decent spec down the straight. GT3 spec, yeah. So here it starts pulling again. There's 300 low-ish down here, so it's okay. Yeah, my stream is shitting the bed again. But yeah, I don't know. It's very weird. And then it obviously crosses the line, does its 757.6. They said that they're going to try and improve it, and a lot of comments were... Like, the comment section as well, and on Twitter was a bit interesting. People arguing Ford versus Porsche, I don't care, I want both. Pushing 190 on that straight away, man, that thing moves. Like, this is where I guarantee you majority of those comments are people roasting him. Saying, let's see, Ford still has a lot more, it's just in the beginning. Give 850, just trying to beat the GT3 RS with 500, yeah. MGGT Black Series is one, yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, this car I'm looking forward to. The new 992 GT2 RS is going to be a fucking monster. Dude, I'm so excited for what the 992 GT2 RS is going to do. I'm sure that if everything goes well, that thing will do 30-something. I don't think it will do a 20-something, but I think it will do a 30-something. So if you look at the time that they should be aiming in the 992 GT2 RS to beat the 991.2, the 991.2 GT2 RS that had the Manta Racing kit on it. Yes, there is another one. Because remember, the last one was 6 years ago, and mostly the GT2 RS indicates the end of the shape. So 6 or 7 years ago, the 991.2 GT2 RS was released. They haven't released the 992 yet. They first released the Turbo S. I think the Turbo S was one of the first cars with the 992 new shape of it. Then it goes 992, 992.2, 992, etc., etc. So when the new GT2 RS comes out, which will probably be like 2027 or something along those lines, that thing will probably do a 30 something, I think. Yeah, so the 991.2 GT2 RS with a Manta kit did a 43.3. I think they should be aiming to beat that by quite a bit with just the base 992 GT2 RS. In which case, if they take a base 992 GT2 RS and then also decide to somehow improve it again with a Manta Racing kit, I think the base 992 will do a 30 something, and then depending on how good the base 992 is and what Manta Racing do with the car, there is definitely a chance that the 992 GT2 RS MR will beat the AMG 1 around Nords. It will be absolutely crazy if it happens, because it needs to be, I think, a 29. MG1 Nürburgring. I think it's a 29.09. It's quite a stretch. It's 14 seconds for new shape, and if it has some form of electric assistance, making the car slightly heavier but making cuts in other places. I think if the 992 GT2 RS is a hybrid and has electric assistance, making it slightly heavier, but it has the base ability of what a GT3 RS has through the corners, I shouldn't see why it shouldn't do a 30 something, just as it is, and then potentially an MR kit doing more extreme stuff with the car, with slicks or whatever all they're going to do with the car, should potentially be able to beat this lap record. Yeah, the naming structure is a bit interesting. The naming structure can be a bit interesting. Do you know Peter Milan? He's Cape Town. He was talking about getting load shed on. Huh? Peter Milan. The name doesn't sound familiar. Yeah, that was the damp lap versus damp. Now, I haven't seen this lap yet. I'm interested to see it, but obviously, for those of you that don't know from Sport Auto, this is Christian Gebhardt. He pretty much does. He's a very, very fast journalist. I don't know if he's actually qualified as a full-on professional, but yeah, exceptionally fast journalist. And he just YOLOs and yeets and skeets cars around. Yeah, so yeah. Wait, is Jorg going to do the lap? So this is Chris. Is Jorg going to do the lap? Who actually does the lap? Oh, Jorg Bergmeister does the lap. I thought Christian was going to do it. Okay. Cool. Cool. He ends up doing it. Nice. How you doing, Jericho? Welcome.
So geht.
Sensationell. Ich würde sagen,
oh, thank you. I appreciate the look.
Wir machen hier nicht länger rum, sondern schauen uns jetzt mal die Runde von Jörg an und nehmen euch jetzt mal mit auf die schnelle Runde.
Oh, car sounds amazing. Cup 2s. It's got 335 rears. Very big tire. But it's saucy. How you doing, John? Nice way to get the tires nice and warm. The fact that it's only 15 seconds slower than the Ford is kind of wild. Like, there's no real fun. Yeah, facts. Dude, it sounded so good. But let's see. And manual. Fuck, I forgot about the manual. Okay, buddy. Okay, John. Yeah, it's worth a lot. It's worth a hell of a lot. Let's see what the min speed is here. 77. That's shite. But considering how old the car is, I mean, you understand. Yes, I have played Le Mans already. Really, really cool game. They're the internet shit thing again. So far, interesting. I'm sure this thing's going to do some stupid straight line speed up here. So 712. What does that actually equal to? 712. What did a 296 do? Yeah, 296 was a lot faster. It's like Nissan GTR sort of territory. Somewhere around there. Yeah, something like that. And I think it was close to the Corvette lap. I think the Corvette was quite close to it. Fantastic idea. Really shows how much the lap times have gone into R15. And now imagine this was a factory effort with Cup 2 Rs. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely Porsche approved. Okay. V10 Porsche Mustang. I'm gonna let you finish, but this is the best. Map. Up to R's, 712 with new tires. What an awesome lap time. Yeah, I literally shitting the bed. How you doing, Dunkler? Inventory, yeah. Dude, it's bad. Really bad at the moment. Oh, shit. I'm sure there's some level of PC interference. I don't know if he would have put everything completely off. I'm sure it has something. It's a decently powerful rear-wheel drive car. It definitely has some bit of TC being utilized. I mean, to be fair, some of the corners, I will say he is overslowing some of them quite heavily. Me. He's overslowing some of the corners quite heavily because I'm not sure if he knew what the car's cornering ability with an old car with a newer tire on it would be. So some of the corners I've already seen some of them. He overslowed quite heavily. And then even though he's getting super early on the accelerator, there's still quite a little bit of margin on the exits. But yeah, I mean, that's why he's trying to like make up for it. But the gearbox and everything with the manual shifting is obviously going to be a little bit intrusive. Literally, I couldn't even let it like load a smidgen more. See what else people said. It went 20 seconds faster than the original time? What? Did it really? Crazy. 2 seconds behind a new 06. And that was on Cup 2 Rs. That's the only also thing. There's also the thing that I don't really like nowadays is that a lot of the time manufacturers are doing laps with really, really crazy tires. I like the fact that some of them are actually telling you this is the tire we did the lap on. But I feel some of the laps, I don't know, we discussed this once on my stream before. I feel the laps that some of the manufacturers are doing on their car is kind of a cheat lap. I don't know if cheat's the right word, but it's not really authentic. So right now, Dunkler or anyone in chat, you are going to buy a Corvette 06. you know that, okay, cool, the car does a X or Y lap time. And you're like, okay, I'm very happy with this car's performance. It did the lap time on a Cup 2R. But you and your car, in terms of speccing the car, you cannot spec the car with the Cup 2R at all. You need to go by yourself to another dealership and get that set of tires for that car. It doesn't come as a base with the car in either the options or ordering it through the manufacturer, but rather as a alternative exterior thing. I don't think, in my opinion, that is fair. It should literally be exactly the same as whatever the cars come with in terms of you as an individual ordering the car. It should have that as its posted lap time. I understand that maybe they're trying to make sure that everything is equal in the sense that everyone's on the same tire, but I still don't think that's like authentic. It's like saying, oh wow, you as an individual, maybe you have Paul Ricard as your track, as your local track, and you are a driver, or you want to get this car because you feel, yes, I want to try and see if I can chase this lap time. But it's not really the same, and it's kind of like false advertising, false marketing. Obviously, there's some people that actually care a little bit about lap time, but it's general, the perceived benefit or understanding of what it's giving the car and your expectancy of what the performance level of the car is. So you're like, yeah, if I go on a track day, I should be able to match this car with this because of some or other reason. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Some people, I even had a discussion with my friends about this, and they tend to disagree. Like, some of them were like, no, every single car, one of them, I can't remember who it was, they were like, yeah, every single car that's on a track day, that's full on scent, should have a tire and maybe some stabilizer bar or roll cage or something. And I'm like, why? You really want a 458 or a 296 or a McLaren to have a roll cage and some tire because you're going to do a track day? No, fuck that. It's literally a road car and a performance car or sports car, whatever the case may be. And that is supposed to be the representation of what it can be. Buy cars just to flex on classic roads, in the case. Yeah, I mean, that is true. Realistically, like you say, a large portion of people never. So here's how I would say. So maybe there are out of all of the population, there are maybe, let's say, of the entire population, there's maybe 1 to 2% of people that can afford these really expensive, really, really crazy cars. And then in that 1 or 2%, maybe 50 to 40% of those people actually drive their cars as either daily or actually drive it around. The rest of them are collectors, leave it in the garage. And then of the 40% of the 1% of people, maybe 1% of those people actually take it to a track day, or let's say like 5%, 5 to 10% of that 40% take it to a track day. And then of that 10%, there's maybe 0.1% of those people that can actually drive. So you have, of the 100% of the population, 1% of that population can actually drive, can actually afford these cars. Then of that, 50% of the people, of that 1%, actually drive their cars around. Of that, 10% of that group actually take it to a track day. And of that 10%, maybe 1% of them can actually drive. Sorry, that was a bit of a mind screw. Oh, shit. The owners of Nords need to select a control high-level tire. I agree with that. The only problem is I don't know if all cars, like if you take, let's say, a Cup 2R. I agree with your statement, Gorilla. If we take a Cup 2R, I don't know if they make a Cup 2R in every single size that you can put a Cup 2R on, let's say, your Golf. that's got very, very small tires. I don't know if it can be possible on cars, even some of the other cars for manufacturers that actually take it to a track day and have much less tread if they actually make a Cup 2R in those tires. But yes, there'll be like a class of cars that maybe go for cars that are doing under 8 minutes. Under 8 minutes on the Nords, under 8 minutes, boom, cool. We need a certain set of tires. Like performance hatch, sports car, supercar, hypercar, etc. I agree. There should be a controlled environment. I don't even know what the math is on everything I just did, Dunkler. I mean, if I had to try I could easily try and work it out. I'm actually bored now. I want to see quickly. Would I be able to work it out? So let's say there are currently 8 billion people on this planet. So there's 8 billion people. Let's say 1%, we said 1% of people can afford it. Times 1%. Now we're left with 80 million people that can afford these types of cars. Let's say 8 million people. 8 million people that are actually interested in cars can actually afford these things. Then, of that 8 million people, only 4 million of them actually drive it on the roads. Then of the 4 million people, maybe 20% take it to track days. The 800,000 across the whole world. And then 0.1% of those people can actually drive. So you have 800 people. You have 800 people that own supercars, hypercars, really fast performance hatches. Maybe it needs to be a bit higher, in and around there, of people that can actually drive. That sounds like some good maths. I'd love to see the new McLaren W1 around the ring. Yeah, it probably wouldn't happen, I agree. Like, the thing that I would also love to see is the McMurtry around a lap, which would be crazy. 0.0002% of the 8 billion. Yeah, boy. There we go. That's your hyper, very selected group of people that are hypercar, supercar owners that take their cars to track days that actually can really drive. Not just donkey drivers, like properly good drivers. We need a math emote. I think we had one at a stage, but then I deleted it. Literally. Yeah, that percentage is very small. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why we have our groups, call me. That's why I said those people that actually take it to track days is like versus the people that just keep it in their garage or just drive it is a different thing. That's what I'm saying. That's why that percentage is so small. So we went from the population versus people that can afford the cars. People that can afford the cars versus people that actually drive them instead of just keeping them in the garage. Then the people that actually drive them, what's the percent of people that take it to the track day? Then from there, the people that take it to a track day, how many of them can actually drive? Yeah, that is true, Gorilla. There's a lot of those. Like, even in Cape Town, I know Cape Town of some people that have, like, really crazy cars and whatnot. Someone that has a Pagani Huayra, and some people that have, like, McLaren Sennas and stuff. But that thing has never touched the track there. And even if it did, they wouldn't, in 99% of the case, they'd be an absolute donkey and would do, in a McLaren Senna, probably a slower lap than someone would do in a, I don't know, depending on their level of commitment, anywhere from a Nissan GTR to a Golf. So, yeah, there's literally... I mean, I've had... If I even speak about my track days, like, there were times where I was going 10 plus seconds a lap faster than someone was in a Huracan. And in some cases, there was one person that was trying to race me. Well, I was trying to race them, but then I realized there's a no point effort because I was going 16 seconds a lap faster in a Honda Type R than a guy was in a Ferrari 458 Italia. It's like, what are you doing? And then I saw on the past weekend that I was driving, that I went to Killarney just to have a look around, and I was seeing what times the people are doing. There's a guy in a Nissan GTR that is driving around the track doing 33s, which is 7 seconds slower than what I was doing in my Type R. 7 seconds? Yeah, 7 seconds pretty much, or 8 seconds or 6 seconds or whatever, so than what I was doing in my Type R, and he's 15 seconds a lap, 14 seconds a lap slower than what that car can actually do. And then you have some other drivers that are 3-4 seconds off what their car can actually do. But then it was just interesting to like see, because listen to this list. So the fastest car, this is where I started getting shocked. So the fastest cars at this recent track day at Killarney was Polo Cup cars. So a Polo, that's a race car with people that compete every single weekend and drive at Killarney. They were among the group that was the fastest. There was a Mark 1, a City Golf, a normal Mark 1, the first Golf, with a shit ton of power that was matching those little Polo Cup cars. And then very close to that was a RS3. Then relatively close to that, well, a little bit faster than that, was a R34 with a shit ton of power. That thing was making a hell of a lot of noise. Then a little bit slower than all of them was someone in a Ford. But most people there, obviously they're having fun, they're taking their car to a track day, but most of the people there are driving anywhere around a track that in most cases are anywhere from like 20s-ish, 1 minute 20s-ish. Most of the people there are driving anywhere from 5 to 15 seconds off what their car can actually do, depending on what they're driving. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Gotta appreciate the driving fast than track rather than... Yeah, I agree with that. I completely agree with that. I would rather have people go every single weekend to a track day. Unfortunately, the area kind of made it a bit of a problem because Killarney is located very, very close to... what's the place's name now? Bloberg. The residents of Bloberg, unfortunately, is a large reason. I'm not saying this. This is a very bold statement I'm going to make. But unfortunately, the people of Bloberg are actually probably a very large reason there's a lot of extra road deaths going on. Because of the fact that those people in the area complained about back in the day how many track days there were. Because there used to be one, I think, every second Saturday, every third Saturday. That went from every second or third Saturday to once a month. Once a month became once every 2 months. I think genuinely now they have a track day once every 3 to 4 months. So if you're a Cape Town resident and you want to go have a track day and stay away from speeding on the roads and doing all of those like fancy sketchy stuff, literally that's your time. Otherwise, every single Wednesday there is Wednesday night robot racing. So where you actually rock up, you pay a ticket, and you can do some quarter mile robot racing against other people and whatnot. But then again, if you've got a fast car or your car's really heavily modified, once your car drops below a certain time in terms of the lap time, in terms of the overall time you're taking to do a quarter mile, they chase you home. Because unfortunately, that's when they run off. Because it's a Wednesday event and not an actual MSA event, the runoff isn't that big, and they're worried about people smacking into the barriers. So that's where I'm also like, So if you are a supercar owner, you have to wait 3 to 4 months to go to a track day. You can't really, in most cases, do the Wednesday night drags, because also next to Killarney is a very sketchy area named Danoon. That is also very sketchy, so you're worried about your safety in that scenario. Then from there, also, you're worried about the fact that you are going to get kicked out of the event because you are going too fast. And then you can't really... So as a supercar owner or someone that's going really fast in a quarter mile or with a very fast car, you can't really do anything other than if you really want to, you'll speed on the roads. So I'm not saying it's a very bold statement, but I kind of think the Bloberg residents are kind of partially a reason for the road deaths going on. Not going on specifically, but whether there's an increase or some of them and whatnot, they are kind of to blame for it. Small smidgen. But yeah, how you doing, Resist? It's not my birthday. No, it's not my birthday. It's just you fucking clown. It's not my birthday, bro. My birthday is the 15th of February, bro. It's like, it's 2 months away, but thank you. Thank you for the pre-2 months. So there's my analogy, guys. Bloberg is to blame. Bloberg is to blame for extra potential deaths on the road because they screwed everyone from going to track days. And then, at least I think with the robot racing, there's a lot less racing going on because of the fact that you can just go on a Wednesday to some form of robot racing. But I still think after robot racing, because of the fact that there's a lot of guys there that want to race, I still think it continues directly after the event. So it goes into the nighttime, people leave, cool. After that, people still leaving Killarney racetrack, they still race each other. So whatever they're doing, it doesn't seem to work because people still want to race. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I think, as far as I know, in terms of Germany, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, I think in Germany there's a lot more tourist Nürburgring track days pretty much mostly every weekend or second weekend or something, as far as I know. Which in my opinion, obviously also in the Autobahn, with the fact that Germany has an Autobahn, it leaves a lot of people that want to go fast and are car enthusiasts to go, okay, we don't really need to do anything illegal on the road because we have the Autobahn, we have track days pretty often. Like, there would be no reason to do anything like crazy. Yeah, I agree. They're not just politically popular. Yeah, I understand. Like, that's how I see it as well, Gorilla. Like, genuinely, I think about the fact that you go, okay, cool. We're going to have a track day, not only just to have fun and whatnot, and for people that are car enthusiasts, it's to try and get that need for speed literally out of people. Because if you in your car and you like, yeah, today's the day, I'm going to go on the N1 or go on the N7 and I'm going to blast that thing down the N7 at 250 or 300 or whatever the case may be. And you're like, cool. You're just going to go do it because you know in your head the closest track day is so far away. You don't feel like going do a Wednesday street to strip or Wednesday night robot racing. So you're like, cool, I'm just gonna go YOLO it. You drive around, you look if there's any cameras, and then boom, you send it. Whereas it shouldn't really be like that. There should be every so often maybe someone has that feeling, but then they should kind of just wait for track day. But most of the track days aren't really as accessible and take way too long. And again, kind of blaming the Bloberg residents. The noise pollution, also they complain a lot about people's cars are exceptionally loud. If your car's too loud, they send you away. And you're like, okay. Chris, thank you so much for the sub, Emmy. 11 months in a row. Really appreciate it, Emmy. You see, as I had a problem earlier. What did you say here? What did you say?
I want to go fast.
Sounds like a high-speed Australian adventure gone wrong. GTR's reputation might not have a kangaroo turns gone too. Okay, buddy. Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Okay. While we are here, I just want to see, can we actually connect to ACC? Then maybe we can do a race or do something. Because I know that my internet, you guys can see, I'm having to watch most of the videos in 480p anyway. So yeah. I don't even know if Marbles is going to connect to the servers, to be honest. That's the biggest problem we're having at the moment, Chris. I don't know what is going to work, what isn't going to work, to be honest. Yeah, it's literally bad. It's so, so bad. Okay, server list. Working? Question mark? Dude, it's so frustrating because not only has my internet been all over the place and so shitty this week, it's literally Donington, which, as a lot of you people that have been on this channel for a very long time, you guys know and have heard that Donington is one of my favorite tracks of all time, like on ACC. Because I feel I'm pretty damn quick at it. I enjoy the flow of it. From a racing perspective, it's not that great, but I try to obviously nail the quali. I really enjoy Donington, and not only has the commitment from people as a whole been really, really a bit lacking at Donington this week, but in general, it's literally my internet doesn't allow me to race for some stupid reason. So look at Donington here. Look at how dead these sessions are. Even if our internet was working earlier, we wanted to do the 12 o'clock lobby, and yeah, it literally just died. Yes, fun enough I have. It's like the general thing. As soon as my internet starts acting up or doing some stupid shit, I just go, okay, cool. Plug the CPE out, plug the router out. Plug the CPP back in to try and reacquire the IAP. Boom. Then switch back the router on and see what happens. Yeah, it's unfortunately just one of those things where it wants to donkey. Is there any videos that you guys have for me to watch that you guys want me to see, car related, anything of that sort? I want to see quickly if there's... I want to show you guys this quickly. I think you guys have seen it already. 992 GT3 RSR. You guys have seen how crazy the wing looks on the MR. I think it's this one. This fucking shark wing. This fucking shark wing thing here, bruh. Yeah, it's ugly wing. It doesn't look great at all, but my god, this thing is gonna make this bad boy fly. You know this thing's going to fly with this. It already has a crazy wing that made the wing more aggressive. And they have the shark fin thing going down the middle to push the air in the right direction. iRacing Porsche Cup driver doing Donny in a real car. Red Bull. Red Bull? I just type that in and then see. You said this one. The Game to Glory? Is it this one? Because I was watching a little bit of this. Sebastian Job. Are you talking about this one? Yeah, I was watching a little bit of this earlier. And your internet decides to go. Okay.
Say goodbye to Slack because chat's here and it's inside ClickUp.
Cool,
Everything
good
you
chat,
need
buddy.
is here.
Fuck off.
They're able to go in.
Intro,
and change the roll
Snetterton.
bars, the springs.
First session. Yeah, they said in... I remember this, that I was watching the stage where he apparently did quite well in the GT cars, but then he was struggling quite a lot in the... what do you call it? In the single seaters.
Track
Well, from the
and
first stage I was watching.
and to have no grip is, you know, it's a scary thing to overcome.
That's a giga lockup.
He's still so aggressive on the throttle or not?
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes he's just like bam. You could see it from behind.
But 1 year less.
Yeah.
Look at that lockup there already, you can see.
As you could see, it's very easy to lock up. So you need to be gentle there with the brakes as well, not like...
I think he was a little bit sad
I could see it in his face because he expected more, but you need to do it.
Okay, 3.5.
The lack of power steering is going to make it extremely tough.
You will feel that that car is much better braking with the carbon brakes. You will see. Now, Sunny. Good. The track warmed up, the sun came out.
When you're in neutral, you don't need the clutch.
It will be interesting to see what he's going to do.
Just put in second gear, then it's not bouncing that much.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, this is still the first session in the 3.5.
Okay, how is it? Okay, good. Don't forget, more aggressive on the power, corner to lower gear.
It was really nice. So much grip, so much power.
It doesn't sound hesitant on the throttle. Like if you listen to the noise, it's all like progressive.
It's progressive, yeah, it's nice and clean.
Interested to see the lap times in comparison. If they actually have a lap time reference.
I knew exactly what the car was doing. Through corners, I was going right up to the gravel. On the sim, that's how I would drive. It felt the same.
Step, box, box.
Nice.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, really fun, really fun. It felt very natural. It just felt right. I think what I was peaking then coming off, kind of like what we did at the Red Bull.
Okay, then I'm interested to see that. 2 days ago, okay. 0 out of 10.
I never thought they'd put a sim racer in an F1 car. Who would be crazy enough to do
Setting the
that?
benchmark. 16.6.
Nice job.
Good fun.
Isn't that shite?
Give me more.
Patrick has more experience at this track than they're gonna feel. My main goal is to just enjoy driving an F1 car. Simple as that. I made sure to go full throttle. I was like, oh my god, this is insane.
Yeah, dude, from
Just, like, my body
yeah, dude, as a sim racer to feel
so ridiculous.
what this thing
The sound
accelerates like. My
It's just,
fuck.
yeah, mental.
The braking and the acceleration must be unreal. Up 1 of 9. 19.3.
Sounds like he knows what he's doing.
He's not afraid, is he? It's good. Yeah, I know. 119.
There's a lot of emotions going on when I'm driving, but fear isn't really one of them. It's just this insane adrenaline. You're driving at crazy speeds, of course you're going to feel something.
Are you worried yet, Patrick? No more show rent for you? No.
Oh, good. Oh, good. He will have a big smile on the face.
Uh-huh.
And how is it?
Awesome.
That's all I can say. Awesome.
Close to the sim?
Bruh.
I finally feel my neck. I wish I could say it's comparable, but the speed just takes over everything. Imagine the fastest roller coaster you've ever been on and multiply it. The two left-handers, I was like, oh, now I feel the neck. Finally.
That G-force is what you feel in the car, and he performed really well.
It felt natural, like it felt so good. I knew it'd be a lot quicker, but it's still a shock how much of a jump it is.
Yeah, yeah. Ready to go out again, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, doing Animal?
There's
Welcome,
a big
welcome.
connection in sim racing to real racing.
I think the sim racing could eventually create a broader pool of talent for the younger drivers because it's way more accessible. Motor racing is expensive, whereas sim racing is a much cheaper version.
Yep, facts.
But I don't think that people should underestimate the skills that it requires to actually be an R-racer. There are other factors.
Is it warmer? Is it colder? Those small things can make a big difference.
Oh, be careful.
Whereby somebody who's grown in that environment more naturally will absorb it better.
So this challenge is to see how closely does the virtual world relate to the real world. That is the question to be answered. This is what this is all about.
Okay, fire please.
Time to send it, boy.
I've met many drivers and they go to a certain lap very quickly. But the difficult part is then the last half a second. That's getting really tough. Now you stay out until you see the checkered flag, okay?
Hey, doing Animal? Welcome, welcome.
To hear. I know it's coming. Oh, yeah, I could see it. It should be fine, alright? Yeah.
He was behind a few seconds on the first lap, but then when you check the data, it was the same pattern as what Patrick was doing, with only like a few meters of braking, but he had the whole fundamentals there.
He's starting to get confident. You can hear him trying to pick up earlier up here.
Yeah.
You'll see in the next laps if he really gets comfortable now.
And then he got more that feeling of sim racing. After that, he improved every run.
Yes, Animal. Type in _Discord. !Discord, and you can DM me privately, and then we can organize through a PayPal send, and then I can send you the setup separately.
To get into top level of karting, you need a lot of money. I started doing sim racing because we can afford to go to a high level. Fast forward 10 years, and I'm being put in an F1 car, not because I've paid £1 million, but purely because I got here from sim racing.
Nice.
17.
To be able to see him deliver these lap times in these different cars and adapt so quickly, I think a lot of people are very, very proud of him.
How was that?
Pretty f***ing awesome, yeah.
That's so cool.
This day he will never forget his whole life.
To get within virtually a second of the reference time, that is very impressive.
The lap time to me isn't super important today. It's more about the fact that I felt very comfortable in it.
Well done again. Really good job.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate the help. You've been so helpful.
Yo, goated.
The proof in the pudding will be to actually put an R-racer into a competitive situation.
When you're in the middle of the field, it's tough.
Honestly, I think he's got a lot of potential, Seb. It'd be great to see Seb actually enter a race. I don't think he would be one of those guys who sits in the middle of the pack either. I think he would definitely be in the top 5 of the Carrera Cup.
This test will hopefully lead to further opportunities for Sebastian and hopefully others that demonstrates that the virtual world and reality are only getting closer and closer.
Yeah, boy! That was sick. That was sick. Next up, I didn't actually watch that. That must have been crazy as well. Am I correct in saying, guys, that Opmir has not driven, like, he didn't get any of these, like, F1, like, test stuff, right? He didn't have any of that. Am I correct in saying that, or am I wrong in saying? Because I don't think he did. Yeah. They've been doing some things with their content. Yeah, Opme must feel like a donkey because of that. He's like, this guy. He got the opportunity and I didn't, bitch. Oh, that's a cool title. Max, 4-time champion. Oh, imagine I save that as a header and just put that on my Twitter profile. Let me see. I don't think there was any other videos that we reacted with. I think we might call it there, gents. I think we might call it there. Let's see. Since we're struggling so much with internet, we pretty much can't connect to any servers. So I think I'm going to send you Dan Suzuki's way. But yeah, guys, unfortunately, not really the stream I wanted to have go on. We were hoping for some races or something. Unfortunately, we can't really do much with just having the internet shitting the bed. But yeah, guys, I'm going to try my best to hopefully get the internet sorted. And then I want to do the, on LFM, I want to do the Donington race on Sunday. So hopefully we can make that a possibility. But yeah, guys, otherwise, if I don't see you, then I shall potentially see you on Sunday. If not, maybe on Monday or Tuesday. Otherwise, guys, have an absolutely amazing afternoon, Friday, weekend. Be safe, have fun, enjoy. And yeah, I will see you again, hopefully on Sunday for the ACC Drive endurance race at Donington. So at least we get to do something. And then Animal, if you are still here, just message me via Discord and then we can organize for you. Otherwise, guys, keep well, enjoy, be safe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.